Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check.
And these kids turned into the 60s freaks.
You gorgeous. Okay, well.
Six months against the woman, 6 months the man.
There's no question that of all of them, John Cale was the musical one.
I want to see all my friends at once. I do anything to get the chance to go bang. I want to go.
Well, you see, people say to me, when did you come out? And I say, I never came out because I was never in.
I lived with her for 2 years, and I never, for once, didn't think that she was a woman. She began to assume a role, thrust her bosoms over the windowsill, and then like an Italian housewife, she said, "Bring home the mortadella for dinner."
Well, I've changed my name around a lot of times when I've been arrested. Well, my real name is Malcolm Michael. People used to see how fun I was, so first they start calling me Michelle, and then they start calling me Marshall, so I just got Marshall. And I added on to Johnson. What does the P stand for? Well, I used to use it as Peyton No Mind Jones. That's the name I used to give her, because I used to ask her, what's the P for? She said, I don't know, it just sounds good. I said, okay, Piola, that will be your name now.
I began to be called Betty, because it alliterates with Bourne. I began to be called Betty Bourne. It allowed me to be something I hadn't been allowed to be before.
I was born Haroldo Santiago Franceschi Rodriguez Danhato. That's why I changed it to Holly Woodlawn. Holly came from Holly Golightly. The Woodlawn came from the last stop on the A train where the cemetery is. Rene Ricard said, "Oh, Holly Woodlawn, you are now the heiress to the Woodlawn Cemetery fortune."
We called it drag, but it was radical that it wasn't necessarily tits, and maybe it was beard and blue eyeshadow and lips. If it wasn't for glitter, I don't know where we would be, because if in doubt, glitter out.
Their whole life, they've been studying glamour. One time I wanted to do a book called Drag, with a period after each one of them. It was called Dedicated Ritual Artist of Glamour, because that's what they are.
When I was a child, I waltzed around the house saying, today
He always picked the wrong thing, and it wasn't an accident. I don't think he ever did anything accidentally.
In my experience with him, he like runs the gamut of human emotion from A to B.
And Andy made a place in this world for his genius kids that otherwise would have been on the street.
If Andy ever taught me anything in my whole life, he taught me one thing: get a receipt.
It was